All right, here we are with Talking Sports with the Legend in another episode. This is a very special episode to the legend here. We have a special guest, and it's the first time we've interviewed somebody that we already interviewed, and it's for a special reason. So, from Notre Dame Academy, Maeve McErlane. Take it away, Stevie boy.
Hey, thanks for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Tell everybody about what you accomplished this season.
So this season, our team, I'm trying to think. We had some really good wins. I feel like my game has grown a lot and it's allowed the team to expand as a whole. So with that said, we had really good wins this year, especially we took a trip down to DC and we played some really high level teams, and our team kind of came together in that moment, which was a great thing. We got to play some Catholic League teams, which was fun. And unfortunately, we didn't win our league, but we have a chance to win our PESA state championship coming up soon. So hopefully we'll be able to accomplish that goal. But overall, I think my senior season has been one of the best ones yet.
The personal goal that she had.
And what's the personal goal?
One of my personal goals for this season was to score 1,000 points, win the Interac, and win our PESA championship. I was able to achieve the 1,000 point mark. The Interact, unfortunately, we fell short to Penn Charter because we lost to them twice, but I think our team learned a lot from those losses. And the PESA championship, that is still on the table, so hopefully that goal can definitely be achieved. I'm just growing as a player, and yeah.
That's awesome. Congratulations on the 1,000. How many other young ladies at Notre Dame Academy have accomplished that feat?
I don't know the exact number, but I've looked at the banner a good number of times. I would say probably a range of like 15 to 20 other girls.
That's still awesome. That school's been around for a long time, and that's awesome, man, to accomplish that. I always say to Steven when we go and check out all the gyms he goes to, and they say, look up in the rafters, you see any names you recognize? And sometimes I know people like their fathers or mothers that are up there, and it's really cool to see your name up there. They can't take down ever again.
No, they cannot. It's stuck up.
Awesome. So go ahead, Steve, tell her. No, you remember how it was, remember was she still committed? Where's she committed to? Where's she going to school? Where's she committed to college last year? Remember she told everybody where she's going to? Go ahead.
When did you say you're going to DePaul, right? DePaul?
Yeah, I committed to DePaul, and then I recently just signed with them as well.
See, that's what I was trying to get at, because she could have changed her mind. And then Stephen was asked by people through some of our friends, so to speak. Like he said, they said, oh, a lot of these people are going to school to far away, and some of them are staying home. Do they get scholarship? And I said, well, we don't usually get into that, but I'm sure they get athletic scholarships. But I told Stephen, Notre Dame Academy is a great school, and you're probably got some brains in that head of yours, right?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
I work hard.
And how's your GPA? Very well.
GPA is around like 3.6, 3.7 range.
All right, Steve. I was about 1.7 behind her, so that shows you how smart she is. 4.0 is perfect, Steve. What do you think about that? So did you get a intellectual scholarship, or scholarship for brains, as we used to call it when I was a kid?
So I did get a full scholarship for basketball. So that's on the athletic side. And then for the academic side, I got something which was called a Dean Scholarship, which isn't a full scholarship. I'm not really sure the amount of money, but it's a chunk of money you get every year. So I'm not really sure how that will play out, but I did receive a full scholarship to DePaul for basketball.
That's wonderful. And I tell you, that's a load off your parents' mind, I'm sure. And,
Definitely.
to go to a prestigious school like that, coming from the academy, I'm sure your parents are extremely proud of your accomplishments so far this season, huh?
Yeah, they've sacrificed a lot for me to be able to go to Notre Dame and continue with workouts and things like that. But that was the goal, to be able to achieve a full scholarship. So
Well, that's awesome. I didn't, that wasn't something I accomplished till my senior year. And then I got the full ride at that point. My coach was very generous and my parents, were generous to help pay the way. You had said something off camera before we put the record button. So give Steven's fans the bad news that you gave us.
So I recently toured my left meniscus. And I just had surgery this past Wednesday, but rehab has been going well. I started PT. I'm finally starting to walk again. So the goal is be back playing basketball by May 1st, and the doctors and everyone thinks that that's achievable in myself. So hopefully that's when I'll be back.
That's unfortunate, but that's great news. Because when you said injury, I said, save it for the interview because I want to hear. Because Steven knows a lot about injuries. Steve, tell her what happened to your knee twice.
Dislocated it.
The kneecap literally
Both
went.
of them.
Both of them, his left and his right, literally went from where it's at to the right, and it was stunning to say the least. And the first time he did it, going to the bathroom, right, Steve?
Yeah.
Just going to the bathroom. And the second time he did it when he got a hole in one at a miniature golf course, and he was so excited that he tried to walk up to get the ball, and he was going like, woo! And the woman that took him golfing all of a sudden said, oh my God, I can see Steven, where you at? And he's laying on the ground. And it was the beginning of COVID and beginning of back from COVID. June,
like the day
it was June
back up.
June 1st. He had to go out. He wanted to go miniature golfing. So the girl that was working there was your age. She came out and she was scared to death. She couldn't touch nobody because of the fact that he's injured, but also because of COVID. So ambulance had to take Steven from the golf course to the nearest hospital, which was awesome because it was up in Langhorne, and there's a great hospital there, orthopedic doctor that Steven dealt with. Then he was the guy who helped Carson Wentz's knee.
No, Cardi Lloyd.
Sorry, better. Oh, Cardi Lloyd, even better. So where did you get your work done?
So I got my work done at Rothman or Bryn Mawr Hospital, but I got it done by Dr. Dodson.
Part of the Rothman?
Yeah, part of Rothman. He's worked on some of the Sixers and Eagles players' knees. So I think I'm going to get things.
That's why I wanted to give him a plug. I figured, it's awesome that I knew you would know the doctor's name. See, Steve, just like all your doctors, right, Steve? Yep. So that's awesome that, you're recovering so bad, because that's what I was going to ask you about the meniscus, because I know when someone says an ACL and all that stuff, that's like a year recovery. But meniscus, I know, like Joel Embiid supposedly hurt his meniscus last year, and then they decided not to do surgery, and he recovered, but he's a little bit taller than her. I think he's a little bit taller. So only a foot probably.
Yeah.
But everybody's body's different, and he's a little older than her. And like I said about the size, and then a lot of times the meniscus is easy. It's very easy surgery for that guy because he's done thousands and thousands, probably 10,000 or more. Some of these guys, they do these procedures every day, 5-6 times a day. So it becomes natural to them. That is so awesome. I was so upset when you said it. That's why I said, don't say anymore. I hate to hear bad news. And I always like to get it to be at least some good news out of the bad news.
Yeah.
So when did the injury happen?
It actually happened. We were playing Penn Charter. It happened in the first quarter. I wasn't aware of it. I came out of a halftime. I meant a timeout, and I felt like my knee was kind of popping out of its socket. But I continued to play the game, and then it was just every day, just kept getting worse and staying the same. So we decided to get an MRI, and then we got the results back that it was torn.
Well, that popping out of socket, that's what happened to him. And it is not a thing that you can play with. And when it happened to him, this guy, is my hero when it comes to pain. He gets pain and he does not get affected by it the way you and I do. And when it happened, his sister screamed louder than he did because she was going to nursing school. So I couldn't get the door open. She couldn't get the door open because he had locked himself in, because that's what he did when he went to the bathroom. And then when it happened, we couldn't get the door open because he couldn't get off the seat to open the door, unlock the door.
Because of his knees.
And yes, and he's screaming that it hurts, it hurts, it hurts. And I break the door with the, I got a screwdriver and I pried the door open.
I opened it.
I pried it open with the screwdriver. Remember, it was easy. I should have put it in there and I popped it. And then my daughter, I said, you go in first. So Steven at that point had picked his pants up, and his sister didn't care about that part, but she cared when she saw his knee. She was screamed and then ran out. And I'm like, you're going to nursing school. She goes, but I'm not going to be helping my brother.
That's true.
It's her number 2 brother, and she has a little brother younger than him. But at the time, that's her little brother, and she's like, I can't. So I had to throw him on my back. We carried him down the steps. Oh God, and that was terrible. And then it happened again, and that second time, he knew what happened because it happened to him before, and they told us the same knee could happen again, but it didn't. It was the other knee.
Oh, I mean, at least he got the hole in one.
Yes, he did. That's why I asked you how you did it, because some people do the meniscus just the way they land in a game, and they don't realize it because she's a competitor, got 1,000 points. She wants to keep going. She's playing bench harder. They lost the first time. Am I right so far?
Yeah, you're correct. I think I found the play when I went back and watched the film. I slipped, but I kind of stopped my slip with my left leg, and I think somehow it kind of just like tore a little bit there, but it looked like I got right back up. So
that's amazing that you were able to do that. And back in my day, they didn't tape all of our games. The basketball team, I don't think, but football, of course, football teams, they could have stunk, but they still taped every game. So her and her coach were able to go back, and I'm sure parents might have even been involved to watch, to see, because that's the thing that got her upset when they probably told her, because she was like, it didn't hurt that bad. But then when she said, it felt like it was popping out of the socket. And that's when her mom and dad probably said, why didn't you tell us that? Right?
You're right.
Yeah, see, Steve, your dad's pretty smart about injuries, ain't he? Well, that's what's funny, because these guys and girls don't want to come out of a game. And Steven knows a lot about head injuries because of one of the young ladies, when she really was a nice girl and was at Holy Family University for 4 years. And she didn't get to play at all 4 years. And she sat next to Steven on the bench, though, all 4 years. She was Steven's right hand girl. And she went to every home game, and she wasn't allowed to go to the away games. And it was a shame because of COVID. I mean, more than the injury thing. The injury thing, there's certain rules depending on how far they're going and where they're going and stuff. And you know how it is around here. If you're in a high school, you got a Notre Dame girl playing somewhere else, and they'll drive, their mom and dad could drive them if they want to go, So Steve, what else do you want to ask her?
Are you excited? Are you looking forward to playing in college?
I'm very excited. We go in June, so I'm looking to be prepared and ready to go for them. But I feel like Chicago is a great place to be, both basketball and social wise, especially academically as well. So I can't wait to grow as a person there and a player.
You guys do play Villanova at home, right? At Villanova?
Yes.
Tell her what happened this year. You missed the game, but what happened? You were invited to go see a game.
Yeah, the boys, the men's game.
But he can go after the girls' game anytime he wants, right, Steve? That's awesome, man. That's something that we'll write down. Do you have the schedule yet?
Listen, I hope to see you at every Villanova game when DePaul plays them.
Absolutely. Well, how about that's what I said. Do you have your schedule out yet?
Not for next year. Not for next year.
Well, you got Steven's email, so shoot him an email with the schedule, especially.
For sure.
So
one.
every year it's home, away, home, away. So 2 out of the 4 years she's going to be playing here.
Actually, every year.
Yeah.
Oh, you played each other
both.
twice?
So, yeah, so you play each other twice every year, home and away.
You know
So-
more than I do, man. See,
Yeah.
Steve, way to go.
Well,
buddy.
I knew baseball. I thought it was that way.
Yeah, you know what? I forgot about that. They
Mhm.
do in the conferences that way. You know, it's more fair
Yeah.
to crown a winner before the season's over, and then that's silly anyway because then they still have the
Yeah,
tournament.
Yeah.
But in the girls and the guys game, if the girls win your conference, you're pretty much got a bid, right?
Yeah, for the most part. Every conference winner is in the tournament, I believe.
How's DePaul doing this year?
This year they're doing well. They actually just lost to Villanova. They were down a couple players. They have had a lot of injuries this past year. But they have been doing well. Right now I'm not really sure what their number rank is in the Big East, but I believe that they'll make some noise in the Big East tournament, and hopefully that can take them to March Madness.
Where's the tournament at?
No, I should know that, but
Oh, I'm sorry to put you on the spot.
no, it's fine.
Okay, because Steven, tell her the news. So you can tell all your fans that are watching.
Atlantic City.
March the
March.
9th.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
One of his interviews. We got to get him back on too,
Mhm.
Steve. We got to have him for another interview.
Mhm.
He's a announcer at the Atlantic A10 tournament every year.
That's awesome. You'll have a blast, I'm sure.
Yeah, well, we
Mhm.
can't wait. We're looking forward to it.
And then they'll go back down there. Following weekend, Maxwell Awards.
Yeah.
Football.
Did you ever hear of the Maxwell Awards, the football awards?
I've not.
It's pretty prestigious awards, and Stephen interviewed one of the guys that runs
The MC, I think.
No, the MC's Ron Jaworski.
Oh.
Yeah, he's the guy that's the runs the whole show.
Oh,
and
yeah.
takes care of everything. And he invited Stephen and I, and Stephen's got what happened to you Sunday? What'd you do? Tell me.
I got I finished for my talk.
He's gonna get a
Oh,
tuxedo. He's going to
yes.
yes. He's going in
Yeah.
style. Going in style. We're getting a hotel room. Oh, what about a limo? What is Maeve paying for it? What? I ain't rich, man. I ain't got no money like that, man. A limo is a lot of money to go from here. I thought Maeve was gonna send you a limo. Oh, okay, me. All right. Oh God. So Maeve, we are so excited. Any more questions you got for Maeve, Steve?
No, not really.
Not really. We are so excited. I'm so happy for you that because that was my follow up with the DePaul when you were going to go out. Are you going to go to classes in June?
So June 10th to, I believe, the 21st is what we call our first session. I don't think there's any classes involved unless you want to take them. I think it's strictly basketball. And then this year we actually are going to Paris as a team right after that to play some games and I guess a little vacation thing. And then we'll visit Normandy while we're there.
Wow.
They do that trip once every 4 years. So it happens to be my freshman year. And then after that trip, we'll come home a little bit and I'll go back for a little bit in July maybe, and then a little bit in August. And then after the last week in August, I think I'm there for good. It's kind of mixed up. There's 2 sessions. First session, no school. Second session, I think you do take a credit or 2 plus the basketball. So
that's interesting.
yeah.
That's really interesting because, Drexel has that co-op program and they got 3 trimesters.
Mhm.
And that's another question you would ask about.
Yeah.
Well, he has a friend that went to Pitt for 2 years and then Indiana for 2 years, and he's going back for his 5th season, a soccer player.
Mm-hmm.
And I was explaining to Stephen that, and he found this out with Holy Family, with the COVID, everybody got an extra year of eligibility.
Mhm.
And a lot of the girls, it's so funny because all the girls, Holy Family, they're not taking their extra year. They want to graduate and start working. How about the guys, Steve? Tell her about the guys.
Every single guy taking advantage of it.
They're staying. Oh, geez.
Yes, because they want to stay at their mommy's house and dad's
Yeah.
house. They don't feel like going to work. I said, that's why I love women better than men when it comes to work, and women are better workers than men. I hate to say it in most cases.
They're gonna get into the real world soon enough. So
did you hear that? They're going to France, Steve.
Wow.
How long is that trip? A month? 3 weeks? 2 weeks?
I think it's 10 days. So we're gonna go to France, and then we're gonna visit Normandy Beach. And
unbelievable. That's great. And then you got games in those 10 days. So you got a tournament that you're involved in.
I guess so. We don't know all the logistics yet or the itinerary. I kind of just know that we're going.
That's awesome.
But I know we are playing some games.
And it's at the end of June then, huh?
Yeah, the end of June.
Well, Steve, we gotta line her up for an interview after next season, but this time we'll wait to after her whole freshman year's over and no injuries, right, Steve? Knock on wood, right? No more. Well, we are so appreciative of this interview, and like I said, we are sad to hear of your injury, but we're happy to hear of your recovery and the good outlook that you have. And we'll be praying for you, and we'll be rooting for Notre Dame Academy, right, Steve?
No, DePaul.
Oh, Notre Dame Academy first. They're still in the playoffs. Come on, man. Don't give up on her. Just because she ain't playing, they got a good squad, man. Come on, Steve. So DePaul next season, we can't wait. We're looking forward to seeing the games because Steven got all kinds of channels on his Roku TV, right, Steve?
For sure.
At live when they put
we got to find out. That's why I told her to email you right away. We got to find out. Get a big section of people. We'll sit with the Maeves family and friends and all the girls from Notre Dame Academy cheering her on. That's awesome because that's gonna be like a home game for you. I can't wait.
It will be.
Yes. We'll start a chant. Maeve.
Please do.
Then her coach will say, "Go up to them stands and find out what those guys went up there." That's an old joke, Steve. Thank you so much, Maeve. Tell her, Steve.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate you for having me.
You're the best. You were very fun. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you. Bye.